Okay, so let's talk about shapes. Um, Shape is, in my opinion, the most important aspect of creating a fly, like profile, right? The Every fish is kind of different, right? And trying to imitate those shapes as accurately as possible, in my opinion, is the way to go. So a lot of people have been asking me lately about how I get like certain shapes, like here, like that. We'll get back to that, but like like when I do a beast fly, right? And when I'm tying, right, it's you know high and tight, right, like that. Um, that's because that's the way the bait is shaped, and that's the shape I'm going for, right? The front. If you look at a bunker menhaden, that's the shape of it, right? It doesn't have like you know, or you know, it's very adversely, something like a squid, right? Is like a tube, right? It's like you know, so the shape is very important, right? And when you are tying in with bucktail, you can make different shapes. Like when you hollow tie, right? Like when I do hollow ties, I want them, like this, right? Because that's the way a fish is shaped, right? Like you look at a bait fish, they're high and tight, right? To some degree, always, right? Um, Even something like an eel is not perfectly round. A squid is closer to round than an eel is. Um, but the when you manipulate the bucktail when you're hollow tying, you can make a fly that's like this. It doesn't always have to be 360 degrees, right? You can make a fly, right, like this, right, that rides really high maybe in the water column, right? You look at this fly when I manipulated the hollow ties, right? I just manipulated them sideways, right? So that's another thing you can do, right? And you could even do, right, like a triangle shape, right? Like this. Yeah? Because when you pinch the bucktail, you make a triangle, right? When you hollow tie it, right? I'm going to try to demonstrate here for you, so um, hopefully y'all can get a hold on this. This is all in Fleye Design. This is all in Bob's book, man. Uh, Even these teaching tools that I'm using here are straight out of his book, you know. So, all right. So when you're hollow tying, you definitely want a thread base that's like, you know what I mean? I don't know how people spin deer hair on naked shank like that. That's almost like the opposite of what, in my opinion, you want. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. But so let me make sure. Let me see if I can. So y'all can really get in here and see what's going on here. Okay. I'm gonna put that. Okay. Again, grabbing the tips, right? Preening out the I'm sorry, preening out the the short hairs, you know. So when you offer up the bucktail to the hook, right, in almost every case you always want it to distribute it 360 degrees first, right? So that's always what I do, right? Make it is, you know, check everything, right? Look from this front, right? You know, so you're happy, right? So now, so when you get it 360 degrees, then when you come in, when you pull down and cinch it, right? Before you do that, you just want to kind of lightly just work a little bit, just like work a little bit of that hair back to the top and the bottom, right? And pinch down, and then when you cinch, you're going to pinch like this, right? Pinch, I'm pinching the hollow tie, all right? You know? And then again, 2 times usually does it, right? And now, you know, when we force the hair back, all right, we just want to make sure it's not tangled up or anything. Is you want to try to get every hair going back, you know, the way you want it wants to go, kind of, right? So, and I haven't jumped in front yet, right? Keep in mind my thread is still behind there, right? So I'm gonna pull tight, right, and then come out towards you guys, come through, come through, and then come in front, right? So, okay. Now, if you look, the hair is like almost, it's already there, right? But now, so just kind of work it back, right? And then when you come up and build your cone, right, just, you know, no pressure in the front side edge, right? And then as I'm backing down the cone, that's when the thread pressure comes in, right? And then as I'm work up, I let it's loose, right? And then back down, and then it's tight. And then if I'm ever going to draw thread, I always do it from the back of the cone, right? Never go up to the front of the cone and then pull and draw thread, right? So, and that's it. Look. Look, see? That's it. Yeah? You can get much more accurate bait fish shapes like this, in my opinion. You know? Not everything has to be 360 degrees, right? So, I hope this helped y'all. Alright? Thanks for watching.